Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to create Zoho Books invoice on Google Forms submission. So I'm running a clothing business, and for my business I'm receiving new orders through Google Forms where I've created an order form. Now what I want to do is that whenever I'm going to receive a new order or a new form submission through Google Forms, then automatically by using all the detail of that form submission, I want to create a new invoice in Zoho Books. So here for doing this automatically, I need to build a connection between the Google Forms and Zoho Books. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing software for automation and integration. Now with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission or a new order through Google Forms, then automatically I will create a new invoice in Zoho Books. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can create Zoho Book invoice on Google Forms submission. So imagine I run a clothing brand that offers custom made apparel and accessories. So simply customer can place their orders through a Google form where they can specify clothing type, customization detail, quantity required, and other details like delivery address and the contact details. But manually creating invoices for every order can be tedious and error prone, especially during busy sales periods like holiday seasons or promotional campaigns. So by automatically creating Zoho Book invoice whenever a customer submits an order form via Google Form, and it will be enabling quicker processing and seamless order experience. So here for doing this automatically, what I need to do is I need to simply connect my Google Form with Zoho Books. And here with this connection, what will happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new order from my Google Form, then automatically by using all the detail of that order, it will simply create a new invoice in Zoho Books. Now here, what I want to do is I want to connect Google Forms with Zoho Books to automatically create invoices for my Google Form submission. So here for setting up this automation and this connection between Google Forms and Zoho Books, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing software for automation and integration, and with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build this connection without any coding and programming skills. So here for using Pabbly Connect, I just need to open a new tab, and I need to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser, and it will take us to the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the landing page, I have these two options of sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you can just click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 free tasks every month. Or if you already have an account or you are an existing user, then you can just click on sign in and we will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I just need to click on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, what I need to do is I need to create a new workflow, and for that I'm going to click on this create workflow button and this window will pop up. Now here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to create Zoho Book invoice on Google Forms submission. Now I need to select the folder where I want to save my workflow, so I'm going to open this tab, and here in this tab I'll find all the folders that I have in my Pabbly Connect account, and I need to use this particular folder of automation. So I'm going to select that, and now I need to click on create, and this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. And here in this window, I have these two boxes of trigger and action. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow works on, and trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action is just going to follow that. So here in my workflow, I need to first set up my trigger, and here I can only set up single trigger step and multiple action steps. So here first I need to set up my trigger, and here for that I need to search for my trigger application, and here in my trigger application I'm going to use Google Forms. So I'm going to search for that, and now I'm going to select Google Forms here, and I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and new response received is going to be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this, and now I need to connect Google Forms with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, and for that I need to use this webhook URL. So this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting these two applications, I need to follow all these instructions, and first I need to copy this webhook URL, And now I'm going to take you to my Google form. So here in my Google form, I have created this order form for Elegant Thread, which is the name of my business. And in this, I have this particular order form. Now here for all the responses of my Google form, I have a particular spreadsheet in Google Sheet, which I have connected with this particular Google form. So every form submission that I'm going to receive for this particular order form, then automatically the response of that form submission will get added in my spreadsheet in Google Sheet. So here this is the particular spreadsheet where I'm going to get all the detail of my form submission. And now with the spreadsheet, I'm going to get all the detail of my form submission in Pabbly Connect. So here what I need to do is I need to connect this particular spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And as I'm going to get a new form submission from Google Form, then automatically the detail of that form submission will get added here in a new row. And every time a new row will be filled with the new form submission detail, then automatically the detail of that row will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So here I need to connect the spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And for that, I need to go to extensions. And here in extensions, I need this particular extension of Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now, if we don't have this particular extension, then what we need to do is we need to go to add-ons, and here we need to click on get add-ons, and it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Now in this marketplace, we need to search for our extension of Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So here in the search bar, I'm going to search for that. And here we will see our extension like this. So we need to first install this particular extension, and I have already installed this. So I'm going to close this window. And after installing the extension, we need to refresh our spreadsheet. And after refreshing the spreadsheet, we will go back to extensions. And here in the extension list, we will see our extension here. Now we need to go to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and in this, we need to use initial setup. So I'm going to open that. And now by using initial setup, I'm going to connect my spreadsheet or this sheet 1 that is named as form responses 1 with Pabbly Connect. So here for connecting this spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect, I need to give a webhook URL and the trigger column. So here I'm going to add the webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here. And now I have to give my trigger column. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here in my sheet, I have this last data entry column that is column G. So this particular column is going to be my trigger column. And now whenever the data will be filled in this particular column, then automatically the data of that whole row will be sent immediately to Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to type my trigger column that is going to be column G. And now I need to click on submit. And here my setup has been configured successfully. Now I'm going to close this window. And now I have successfully connected this sheet with Pabbly Connect. So now I have connected Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. Now for every new order that I'm going to get through Google Forms, I'm going to get that response in Pabbly Connect. Now in the spreadsheet, I want one more thing, that whenever a new row will be added with the new form submission detail, then automatically and immediately I want that data to be sent to Pabbly Connect. So for this, I need to again go to extensions. I need to go to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and here I need to enable this option of send on event. So I need to enable this option. And after enabling this option, what is going to happen is that every time a new row is going to get added with the new form submission detail, then automatically and immediately the data of that row will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now that I have connected Google Forms with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see it is waiting for webhook response. Now for getting this webhook response, what I need to do is I need to create a new form submission, or I need to create a new order through my Google form. And as I will create a new form submission, then automatically I'm going to get that response here in Pabbly Connect. So here what I need to do is I need to take you back to Google Forms. Now here this is my Google form, and now for creating a new form submission, I need to first preview this form. So I'm going to click on this preview button. And now I need to create a new form submission, and I need to fill all these details. So here I'm going to create a test submission. So I'm going to fill all the dummy details in this form submission, and I'm going to create a test submission so that I can set up an automation between Google Forms and Zoho Books. So here I need to create a dummy order, and for that I need to fill all these details. So here I'm going to fill all these details. So first I have to give my name, and here the name will be Michael Karras. Email will be michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to give the phone number. So I'm going to give a random phone number of my user. Now I have to give my address. So here my address will be Damo Street, Bhopal. And I need to first select my product that I want to buy. So I'm going to select this white cruise polo t-shirt. And now I have to give the quantity, that will be 2. Now here I have filled all the dummy details and I have filled this order form or my Google form. Now I'm going to click on submit. And here I have successfully created this form submission. And here we can see that as I've created a new form submission, all the details of this form submission should get added in my Google Sheet. So I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet first. And here in the Google Sheet, we can see this new row has been added with all the details of the form submission that I've just created in Google Forms. So here I have the name of my customer, that is Michael Karras. I have the email, that is michaelkarras@pabblyconnect.com. I have the random phone number. I have the address, that is Demo Street, Bhopal. And I have my product name and the quantity. Now that as I have added this new row in my Google Sheet, then automatically the detail of this row or the form submission details should be sent to Pabbly Connect. So to check this, let me take you to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have received this response. So this is the response of my new form submission that I have just created in Google Forms, and automatically I have received that response here in Pabbly Connect. Now here we can see I have received this response, and in this I have my trigger column, that is column G. I have the timestamp when the form submission has been created. I have my spreadsheet name, that is Elegance Thread Order Responses. Also I have all these other details of my form submission, like I have the quantity of my product, that is 2. I have my product name, that is Y Cruise Polo T-shirt, and with the product name I have the unit price of my product. Also here I have the random phone number of my customer. I have the name, that is Michael Karras. I have the email, that is michaelkarras@pabblyconnect.com, and I have the address, that is Demo Street, Bhopal. Now that we can see I have received all these details of my order and the detail of my form submission. Now what I want to do is that by automatically using all the detail of my form submission, I want to create a new invoice for my order in Zoho Books. So simply by using all these details, I will create a new invoice, and I'm going to do that automatically by setting up my Actions tab. So here first I'm going to open this tab, and before creating an invoice in Zoho Books, I need to create a new customer by using all the detail of my customer that I received from my Google Forms. So here I need to first search for my action application, that is going to be Zoho Books, and I'm going to select Zoho Books here. Now I'm going to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab. And for creating a new customer, I need to create a new contact. So I'm going to select create contact as my action event. So I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect Zoho Books with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And now I need to click on connect with Zoho Books. Now here for connecting Zoho Books with Pabbly Connect, I need to give a domain name. So for getting this domain name, I'm going to take you to my Zoho Books account. And I have already logged into my Zoho Books account in my browser. So here in the path URL, I will find my domain of Zoho Books. So here I have this domain of zoho.in. So I need to use this, and I need to take you back to Pabbly Connect. Now here in this tab of domain name, I need to type zoho.in. So this is my domain, and I'm going to click on save. And now here I have to click on accept to give access to my account. So I'm going to do that. And here I have successfully connected Zoho Books with Pabbly Connect. Now that I have connected Zoho Books with Pabbly Connect, I need to fill all these details. And here first I have to select my organization where I need to create my contact. So in my Zoho Books account, I only have one organization. And if you have multiple organizations, then you can select the particular organization where you need to create a new contact or the new customer. So I'm going to select my organization here. And now I need to select my contact type. So here we have these two options of customer and the vendor. So I want to create a new customer. So I'm going to select my contact type as customer. And now I have to fill all these details. So first I have to give my customer subtype, that will be individual. And if the customer is a business type, then you can select that too. Also I have to give my language code. So I'm going to open this tab. And I'm going to select EN, which is for English. So I'm going to select that as my language code. And now I'm going to give my currency ID. So here in the currency ID, I'm going to use Indian rupee. So I'm going to select that. So this is going to be the currency ID for my customer, and you can select any particular currency ID that you want. Now here I have all these other tabs. So here what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use the detail that I've received from my Google form, and I've received of my customer from my previous tab. And from my previous tab, I'm going to get all the detail of my customer, and I'm going to map those details here in these tabs, and I'm going to map the required details. So here I have this particular tab of contact name. So here I have to give the name of my customer. So I'm going to map that here. And for that, I need to use mapping. So what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I'm going to open this response of Google Forms, and here this is the name of my customer, so I'm going to map that. And here I have added my contact name or my customer name. Now I'm going to scroll down. Now here we can see I have the tabs of first name, last name, email, and the phone number. So I need to fill all these details, and here we can see I'm receiving the full name of my customer. So here what I need to do is I need to split that full name into the first name and the last name so that I can fill those details here in these tabs. So for splitting the name into first name and last name, I need to use a tool that Pabbly Connect offers, and for that I need to add one more actions tab between these two tabs of Google Forms and Zoho Books. So I'm going to add that actions tab here, and here I'm going to use text formatter by Pabbly, which is a tool that Pabbly Connect offers. So I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to select text formatter here. Now I'm going to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab, and split text is going to be my action event, so I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect text formatter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. And now I need to select text to split. So here I'm going to map the name of my customer, and that is going to be my text that I want to split. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open this response of Google Forms. And here this is the name of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Now I need to give the separator. So here in the separator, I'm going to use this space that I have between the first name and the last name. And I'm going to use this to separate or split the first name and the last name. So for giving space as the separator, I need to use curly brackets, and in between the curly brackets, I need to type the word space. So I'm going to type that here in the tab of separator. And now that as I have added my separator, I need to give my segment index. So I want both first name and the last name of my customer. So I'm going to use all as my segment index here. And now I have filled all the required details. So I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And now we can see I have received this result, and in this result I have the first name and the last name of my customer. Now I'm going to open this tab of Zoho Books, and now I'm going to map the first name and the last name of my customer here. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open this response of text formatter. I'm going to first map the first name. Similarly, I'm going to map the last name. And now from my Google Form response, I'm going to map the email address and the phone number of my customer. So I'm going to map that too. And now I have filled these details. I'm going to scroll down, and here I have all these tabs of tax and GST. So I'm going to keep my customer as tax exempt. So I'm not going to fill any of these details of the taxes. So I'm going to just scroll down, and here I have this option of is taxable. So here what I need to do is I need to keep this tab blank. So for that, what I need to do is I need to first make this tab dynamic, and for that I need to click on this map button. And now I have this default response, so I need to clear this, and I'm going to keep this tab blank. Now I have filled all the required details that I needed for creating a new customer in my Zoho Books account, and I have mapped these details here. Now that as I have mapped these details, I have made all these details dynamic, and now every time I'm going to receive a new form submission through Google Forms, then automatically all these details that I have mapped here will get replaced with the new form submission detail in the real time, and for every new form submission that I'm going to receive through Google Form, I will create a new contact in Zoho Books. Now that I have filled all the required details, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have created a new contact in my Zoho Books account, and I have created a new customer by using all the detail of my form submission. Now to check whether I've created a new contact or not, let me take you to Zoho Books. And here in Zoho Books, I'm going to search for customers. And now here in customers, we can see I have created this new customer that is named as Michael Karras. I have the email that is michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com, and I have the random phone number of my customer. Now that as I have created a new customer in my Zoho Books account, I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see that I have successfully created a new customer in Zoho Books by using all the detail of my Google Form submission. Now that as I've created a new customer, I automatically want to use that customer detail, and I want to create a new invoice for that particular customer. So for creating a new invoice in Zoho Books, I'm going to add one more actions tab. And again, I'm going to use Zoho Books. So I'm going to search for that. I'm going to select that. And again, I have to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create sales invoice is going to be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to again connect Zoho Books with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on connect. And I have already built this connection between Zoho Books and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to use this existing connection. So I'm going to click on save. And I have created this connection between Zoho Books and Pabbly Connect. Now here for creating a new invoice, I need to fill all these details. And here first again I have to give my organization and the customer. So my organization is already selected and here I need to give the customer. And here in this tab, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the customer ID from my previous tab where I've created a new customer or created a new contact in Zoho Books. And automatically as I'm going to map that detail here, I'm going to create the invoice for that particular customer. So here for mapping my customer, I need to click on this map button. I'm going to clear this default response. And now I'm going to click here. I'm going to open this response of Zoho Books. And in this, I have my contact ID. So I'm going to map that. And now as I have mapped the contact ID, I'm going to create the invoice in Zoho Books for that particular customer. Now I'm going to scroll down. And in this, I have to give my exchange rate. So here I'm going to give the default exchange rate and you can give the exchange rate that you want to keep for your products. I'm going to type 1 here and this is going to be my exchange rate. I'm going to scroll down and now I have to fill the detail of my products or my customer. So here first I have to give my line item name. So here in this tab, I'm going to give the name of my product that I have received my order of. So here in the line item name, I'm going to give the name of my product for which I have received the order. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open this response of Google Forms. And here this is my product name, so I'm going to map this. Now I'm going to give the line item rate. So here for the line item rate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this price from my product name. Now here for getting the line item rate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my product name and from my product name, I'm going to get this particular unit price of my product. So here for getting my unit amount, I need to use one more tool that Pabbly Connect offers. And for that, I need to add one more action step. So I'm going to add one more action step between the steps of Zoho Books. And here again, I need to use text formatter by Pabbly. So I'm going to again search for that and I'm going to select text formatter. Now I'm going to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab and here I'm going to use text parser as my action event. So I'm going to select this and I need to connect text formatter with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on connect and now I need to give my text. So here in the text, I'm going to use the name of my product that I've received from my order through Google Forms. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open the response of Google Forms. And here this is my product name. So I'm going to map this. And now here I have to give the text match after and the text match before. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this curly brackets as my text match after and before. And between these brackets, I have my unit amount. So as I'm going to give my text match details, I'm going to get that amount that I have between those brackets and every time I'm going to get the unit price of my product for my order. So here I'm going to give text match after as my brackets. So I'm going to fill those details here. And now I have filled the detail of text match after and the text match before. Now that I have filled all the detail here, now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see I have received this result and in the result I have my unit price of my product. Now that as I've received the amount, I'm going to again open the response of Zoho Books and I'm going to give my line item rate. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open the response of text formatter and here this is my line item rate. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I have to give the line item quantity. So I'm going to click here. Again, I'm going to open this response of Google Forms and here this is my quantity. So I'm going to map this. Now I have filled the required detail of my product and my order. Now I have filled the detail of my order and the product. I'm going to fill the detail of my text. So I want to keep this text exempt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first clear this particular tab and I'm going to keep this tab blank too because I'm not using any GST amount. But if you want to keep your invoices GST added, then you can select your tax ID accordingly. But I want to keep this without GST. So I'm going to first click on this map button. I'm going to clear this default response. And now I'm going to leave this tab blank. Also, I have this option of allow partial payment. So I don't want to allow the partial payment. So I'm going to select no here and I'm going to scroll down and I have filled all the required details. And now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response and this means that I have created a new invoice in Zoho Books by using all the detail of my order from Google Form. So to check whether I've created a new invoice or not, let me take you to Zoho Books. And now here I'm going to go to invoices, and here in invoices we can see I have drafted or created this new invoice for Michael Karras. Now I'm going to open this invoice, and here we can see this is my new invoice that I've created for Michael Karras. So here I have this billing detail that is to Michael Karras. This is the name of my customer. Also I have the items and description. So I have my product name that is Y-Cruise Polo T-shirt, and I have the unit amount that is 350 rupees. I have the quantity that is 2, and my total amount is 700 rupees. So here we can see I have successfully drafted or created this new invoice for my customer for whom I have received the order from my Google form. So here, as I have received a new order from my Google form submission, then automatically by using all the detail of that form submission, I have created a new invoice for my order in Zoho Books. So like this, I can automatically create invoices for every order that I'm going to receive through Google form responses. And now every time I'm going to receive a new Google form response, then automatically I will create a new invoice in Zoho Books. So here I've done this automatically by setting up this automation and connection between Google Forms and Zoho Books. And I've created this automation and this connection just to automate my process of invoicing. Now I have created this automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. And with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to create a new invoice in Zoho Books for every new Google form submission. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. Now here I have connected Google Forms with Zoho Books to automatically create Zoho Book invoice on Google Form submission. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Google Forms, and my trigger event was new response received. Then I have set up my actions tab, and here I have used text formatter by Pabbly to get the first name and the last name of my customer. After this, I have used Zoho Books as my action application, and my action event was create contact. Then after this, I have again used text formatter by Pabbly to text parcel, and in the end, I have used Zoho Books again to create sales invoice. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this with Pabbly Connect. If you want to reach out to us, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any issues or queries related to our workflow, then you can check the forum link. And if you have any issues related to the pricing of Pabbly Connect or Pabbly, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.